Hey boys and girls, today I will be reading to you one of my favorite stories, and I know that I call every story my favorite story, but this story is my favorite story ever. It's called David's Father. Julie, I'll prop it up. Julie was skipping home from school when she came to a large moving van. A man came out carrying a spoon, only it was as big as a shovel. And another man came out carrying a fork, only it was as big as a pitchfork. A third man came out carrying a knife, only it was as big as a flagpole. Yikes, said Julie. I don't want to get to know these people at all. And she ran all the way home and she hid under her bed until dinner time. The next day, Julie was skipping home from school again. A boy was standing where the moving van had been. He said, "Hi, my name's David. Would you like to come and play?" And Julie looked at him very carefully. Well, he seemed like a regular sort of boy. So she stayed and played. At 5 o'clock, from far away down the street, someone yelled, "Julie, come get your dinner." "Oh, that's my mother," said Julie. And then someone yelled, "David." "Oh, that's my father," said David. And Julie jumped up in the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, and ran home and locked herself in her room until it was time for breakfast the next morning. The next day, Julie was skipping home and she saw David again. He said, "Hi, Julie. Do you want to come over and play?" And Julie looked at him very carefully, and he seemed like a regular boy, so she decided to stay and play. When it was almost 5 o'clock, David said, "Julie, do you want to come over for dinner?" And Julie remembered the big knife, the big spoon, and the big fork, and said, "Well, I don't know. Maybe this is a bad idea. I think maybe no. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye." "Wow," says David, "we're having cheeseburgers, chocolate milkshakes, and salad." "Oh," says Julie, "I love cheeseburgers. I'll stay. So they went to the kitchen, and there was a table with cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and salads. But on the other side of the room, there was an enormous table. On it was a spoon as big as a shovel, a fork as big as a pitchfork, and a knife as big as a flagpole. "David," whispered Julie, "who sits over there?" "Oh," said David, "that's where my dad sits. You can hear him coming now." And David's father sounded like this. He opened the door, and David's father was a giant. On his table were 26 snails, 3 fried octopuses, and 16 bricks covered in chocolate sauce. David and Julie ate their cheeseburgers, and the father ate the snails. And David and Julie drank their milkshakes, and the father ate his fried octopuses. And David and Julie ate their salads, and the father ate his chocolate-covered bricks. Tasty. David's father asked Julie if she would like a snail. Julie said, "No, thank you." David's father asked Julie if she would like an octopus, and Julie said, "No, thank you." And David's father asked Julie if she would like a delicious chocolate-covered brick, and Julie said, "No, thank you, but please, can I have another milkshake?" So David's father made her another milkshake. Look how big David's father's hand is. When they were done, Julie said very softly so the father couldn't hear, "David, you don't look very much like your father." "Well, I'm adopted," said David. "Oh," said Julie. "Well, do you like your father?" "Oh, he's great," said David. "Come for a walk and you'll see." So they walked down the street, and Julie and David skipped, and the father went boom, boom, boom. They came to a road, and they couldn't get across. Cars would not stop for David, and the cars would not stop for Julie. And the father walked into the middle of the road and looked at the cars and yelled, "Stop!" And the cars all jumped up in the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, and went back to the street so fast they forgot their tires. Julie and David crossed the street and went into a store, and the man who ran the store didn't like serving kids, so they had to wait 5 minutes. And he looked at the storekeeper and he said, "Hey, these kids are my friends." And the man jumped up in the air, ran around the store 3 times, and gave David and Julie 3 boxes of ice cream, 11 bags of potato chips, and 19 Lifesavers, all for free. Julie and David walked down the street, and they went around the bend. Pardon me. They were 6 big kids from grade 8 standing in the middle of the sidewalk. They looked at David, and they looked at Julie, and they looked at all the food. And one big kid reached out and grabbed a box of ice cream. David's father came around the bend, and he looked at the kid, and he said, "Beat it." And they jumped right out of their shirts. They jumped right out of their pants, and they ran down the street in their underwear. Julie ran after them, but she slipped. She scraped her elbow. David's father picked her up and held her, and they put a special giant bandage on her elbow. Julie said, "Well, David, you do have a very nice father after all, but he's still kind of scary." David said, "You think he's scary? Wait till you meet my grandmother." The end. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.